Okay. All right. All right, so I'm sending you guys the email and what? Uh-huh. Somebody's beeping, booping on me here. Or somebody's texting. I guess that was probably Bogat trying to call me. Yep, I can see him up there. They're working. I think yesterday was the day. I'm thinking that, yep, and I'm going to try to track her. We're going to find out where she goes. Hello, sweetie. There she is. Soaring, landing in... Okay, so she's in -3. Yep. Yep, I've got her located in the tree, so I need to now get her on the lens. Oh, she's beautiful. Yes, you are gorgeous this morning. All right, here we go. Down this out of here. There she is. She's gonna do some more. She's gonna do some twig work, probably. Huh? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna dial out. Oh, she got a stick coming in. She's got a stick. She's moving quick. Yeah, you're gonna see her. She's got a big stick, or either that, or EZ's got a big stick that he's still doinking around with. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so we need to do something here quickly. There we go. Could be. Yeah, they got some sticks sticking up in the air though. Not totally tidy. It's a work in progress, and there's it looks like BR closer to the camera, away from the nest cup, right? Ezra's in the nest cup. Yeah, he was very, very slender yesterday in the photographs. In the video, he was just very debonair and dapper. Yeah. Right. Yep. Yep. He does have a much lighter back, and his front, his chest, is much lighter. Yes, he has a beautiful patterning on the, the sides and above the legs. Not much of a belly band. You can spot easy out of a crowd. That's for sure. Okay, hang on a second. I think somebody is calling. I think I'm gonna see if I can add Boggett in, or I don't know what's going on exactly. All right. Hi, did you want me to add you in? All right. Okay. All right, bye. Jeep? Yeah, I was just trying to see if Cindy wanted to be added in, but she's fine. She's just watching the video. Who is? Oh yes, yes, wonderful. Yes. Well, you can feel free to text her that. He's struggling mightily up there. Is that him struggling with that stick? Mm-hmm. Or maybe she's saying, "Sorry, honey. I know it's a kind of a big stick, but I just really like that stick." He's working hard. Okay, here we go. Off we go. And he is flying. Okay, he landed up on top of he's up on top of the third base tower. He's having a little bit of me time. We're going to have a look at him there. You won't be able to see him, I don't think, because he's on the other tower. I think your tower, you're going to be blocked. But you can give it a go if you want, for sure. So he's on the tower between the two nests, the old and the new nest, and he is, I guess he's saying, look, yeah, he's well, yeah, she'd have to step on it, right, and try to. Oh, she's funny. That's hysterical. Well, I don't know. Well, they are supposed to be fairly supple, right? So I suspect she'd actually have to step hard on it and really give it a good tug. And she gives it a mighty tug there on the. You notice that the one she just brought in was pretty small. The last one she brought in was kind of a. So I don't know if she brought that big one in from the ground or if she actually. I have a hard time thinking she could have broke off that big a branch off of a live tree. Now Ezra on the other hand thinks that maybe his work has been done. He's said, "Look, I told you not to bring that branch that big, and I tried, and I'm gonna let you work on it for a little bit, and you sort it out." Yeah, so we're gonna spin back up to her because she is really hysterical looking from here. Yes, she is. Yeah, it's fairly backlit. I hope that it's sort of people can see something. Not a lot of light today. Yesterday was. Yeah. Yep. It's just. Oh my goodness. Working hard. Yeah, she's got to handle that big stick that's sticking up because. I see. Yeah, now grab that stick. There you go. That's the one that needs dealing with. Good girl. I see. Well, BR needs to grab that the one that's sticking up a lot because that's going to be poking babies. There you go. That's the one that needs attention. Yep. What are you going to do with it? Come on. Well, you need to either sit on it and try to roll it over, or yeah. Yep, and Ezra's just sitting there. He's got his back turned to the nest. He's 2 poles down on the third base line. They're very, very funny. Well, I wish I could get. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, GP. She brought it. She's looking at him. Oh, she's looking down toward him, saying, "All right, are you going to help me with this, or aren't you?" Oh my. Well, can we get any of the brighter light here? Not really. Yeah. Yeah, when she turns and looks toward the fledgledge, she's looking right in his direction. Oh, good. She looks like she's hauling it, maybe. Is she hauling it a little bit? Yeah, she's kind of working at some stuff here. Oh, yeah, she's hauling it toward the wild haul end, maybe. It's hard for her. I'm sure it's jammed up in some other sticks at this point. the end of it, so it's kind of hard to tug it. She's gonna have to just really reef on that baby. Yeah. Yeah. Away from the nest cup. Yeah, so surprisingly, is she standing in the nest cup right now? Okay, so there, to give you an idea, there's quite a bit of room. The camera, the Cornell cam, sort of foreshortens the view quite a bit, but there's a good, at least 3 feet or more of platform beyond what we see of the nest cup on the big camera. Yeah. There's their buns. There we go. Oh. Okay, Ezra is now on the move again, and he's flying. Where are you going? He's flying up to he just landed at the old nest. I wonder if he's going to bring in a stick from the old nest. Yeah. No, I know. You can see it on this camera that it's really sticking up quite a bit. It'd be poking people, poking the kids. Wow. All right, I'm gonna see if we can get Ezra. Yeah, I wonder if he's going to be pulling sticks out of the old nest and bringing them here, or what he's going to do. We're going to back out of here. See if we can catch him coming in. So he's down there right now. Yeah. Oh, what's he doing there? Is he like making a new nest and saying, "Hey, yo, this nest is I told you I like the old nest better, and now you're having trouble with the stick"? Today's the 23rd, indeed. So we're waiting for him to come hopping out of there, and one, two, three. So, yep. All right, Ezra. Is she? All right. Well, here we go. And she is... Oh, interesting. She has decided that she wants to get something off of the side of Plant Sciences. Yep. She's looking around. What do you think, BR? Is there something you like there? Something soft, something smaller, easily more manageable, like a vine? Oh. Okay. And she is heading into... Just landed it into the -3 tree. And we're going to go right there. Yeah, I gotta find her here. Oh, okay, let's go find her. Up, up, up. There she is. Alright, what are you gonna do there? So you guys watch her there for a second. In the meantime, I'm gonna... Okay, Ezra is coming. Ezra is flying across to the trees. He just flew over Rice Hall. He flew up Tower Road a hair and over the top of Rice Hall. I don't know where he went beyond that. Alright, so what do we got here? I guess we have a pretty decent picture of her. Yep. You're gonna get another branch, love? Okay. Yeah. Yes. Oh, good. Yeah, well, you have to let us know if that feeder, suet feeder of yours, your new one, keeps the starlings out, because we have a little bit of an issue with that too. We had a suet feeder on the house, and I think we have a starling pair right now. The cutest little thing. There's just the two of them, so we don't have hordes of starlings like we had last summer. But boy, I don't know what we're gonna get when things warm up. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now we're going after a twig now. She's getting ready to go after a twig. She's working her way out toward the end of a branch. Okay, sweetie, there we go. Good girl. She's working at it. Yep, and we're getting ready to... She snipped it off, and we're gonna pop off the camera in a second, lens here in a second, and watch her go in. Here we go. And off she goes. She's coming in. Yep. Beautiful. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes. All right, sweetie. There you are. So the good thing is that the nest is about the same distance from my camera as the tree. No, as the tree. Yeah, Ezra is. Yes. So now I'm going to remove the vignetting so that some people are not fans of the vignetting. I'll tell you what. We're going to use the optical to go in on her, and then we'll remove some of the vignetting. Right. Oh no, the screen caps are great, I think. Yeah, absolutely. It's wonderful to have screen caps. Are you kidding? Yeah. Oh, the high def is no longer available on your camera? Are you kidding? Oh. Oh. Well, that's too bad. Yeah. Yeah. No, she's on the fledge. Sorry, guys. What a struggle sometimes. There we go. Yeah, she's kind of trying to figure out where Easy went. Yeah, it's she says, look, buddy. Yesterday was special, but now we got some work to do. That's right. So maybe he might be over. You know where if he comes back with some nice bark, then he will have gone over Rice Hall, down across the parking lot, down the ridge, and into the Plantation Bowl, where the visitor center is, and he might be ripping bark off the top of the Dawn Redwoods, the tall Dawn Redwoods down there. So if he comes back with bark for the nest cup, then we know that's what he was up to. I suspect he went and checked out the old nest to see if there was anything suitable in there. You know, typical man, right? What's the easy way out? That's right. But if he comes back with some nice fresh bark, nicely shredded, then we know where he went. And at some point we can go down there. Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see when he comes back, what he comes back with. She's right there. Yeah. She, nope, has not really dealt with that. I think she's just gonna have to like grab that stick and fly with it. Yeah, I agree with Lynn. It's like just toss that baby. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. She might have to do the helicopter thing with it. And it might be a little bit too thick for her to chomp through. She might, I don't know. She's gone from big stick to tiny little sticks. I don't know how they got those big monsters. They got a lot of sticks in there last year. Oh my goodness, she's going to fall over on us. Yeah, she's really working on that thing. We're losing time here. Efficiency has kind of gone down the curve. Yeah, we have a little stick here. What are we going to do with that? Yeah. Yeah. Right, now she keeps bringing the big stick in. Now it's getting snagged up in some of the other sticks. And Ezra is not here to help. Alright, so that actually works. Alright. I gotta find it. Well, okay. We're not gonna talk about engineering skills here, and I think Ezra could have probably told her. She cutting it up? Oh, she's stepping on it. She's stepping on it? Got it. Starting to figure that part out. That's good. So can you see anything on my camera? Or is it all just dark? Alright. Ay, such work, such effort. And she's looking for Ezra. She knows he went that way. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if if Ezra's going to bring back a prefab nest cup. Yeah. Alright. Alright, sorry guys. A little bit of adjustment there. I think she feels like she's doing all the work right now. And unless he comes back with a complete furniture suit already, she's not going to be too pleased with him. Maybe they have a nest cup lining that he could get, at Home Depot, pre-made nest cup lining that he can just fly it in. A kit. Yes, a kit. Some assembly required. Exactly. Okay. And off she goes. Yep, come on. Alright, and she is heading in Ezra's direction. She is crossing over. Okay, that's interesting. So she just crossed over. She didn't go as far up Tower Road as Ezra did. So while she's there, I just need to try something out here. What the deal is. Alright. So if we zoom all the way in, and then do it. Alright. So yeah, she zoomed. She went all the way past Bradfield. She went up the parking lot, crossed over Tower Road, and but she didn't get as far as Rice Hall. So she may be. I wonder if she went to that. Oh, for heaven's sakes! Is she looking? Yeah, I wonder if she went to the old bark tree. Well, let's go up there. I have a feeling I'm going to be now not particularly stationary. Alright, make sure that I'm not zoomed in here. There we go. Otherwise it's not going to be too sharp for you guys. There we go. And I'll go up there and try to find her, and then I'll be running back down here again. Uh-huh. Really? Well, Copernicus would be chagrined about that. Who knew? Well, that could explain some things, right? All right. So, is she up here doing something? Okay, we have no bark tree right here. I know this is going to be a fool's errand, I suspect. Unless she's hanging on the side of Bradfield, trying to tug vines off of it. Alright. Where did you go? Are you over here at all? I have a feeling she cut through that area there and went over toward where Ezra is. Down in... Oh, there she is. Hello. No, that's her or him. That is... Oh, going up to the old nest. Alright, let's have a look. See what's going on up there. What's happening? What's happening, chicken? There she is. Yep. I think so. Yep. I think so. What's happening here? Are you giving up on the new nest and come back to the old nest? This one, is this one in better shape? Less rehab to be done. Yeah, we have very sorry, folks. We have very little light to work with here. Let's see. Sorry, we're using a little bit of digital zoom here, so not just. There we go. Now got the thing back on properly. Sorry. It's kind of wacko, wasn't it? Yeah. I know she's waiting for Ezra. Looking around for him. She's looking around for him. If he brings a stick to this nest, what does that mean? If he brings bark to this nest, look out, right? Looks like she's sitting outside of the nest cup at this point. Oh, sounds like your anti-starling suet feeder might be working, huh? Got it. Interesting. Yep. Yeah. Yep, just a second. There we go. Looks a little bit differently there. Yep. It's a pretty decent shot of her coming up for you guys. Move the camera here up the. Oh, so she's gonna take off. It looks like it. She's looking. She's on the edge, looking around for him. Oh, she might be spotting him. I have to take a look behind me. I don't see him. I'm not sure what she's looking at exactly. Yeah. What's up? This is a complicated process here. Regardless of how long they've been together, I'm not sure if they're on the same page this morning or not. Yeah. That's good. I don't know what that chicken is up to. So we're here looking at BR in the old nest. There's quite a bit of activity this morning in the new nest, and struggling with a big stick. Ezra gave it a go, and then finally said, "I'm out of here," and took off up here to the third base line, and then into the old nest, and then took off over to plantations, and we've not seen him since. And I don't think he's come to the nest yet. Correct, GP? So BR fought mightily with the stick for quite a few minutes, and then she took off and came up here and landed in the nest, the old nest, and has been waiting, I think, for Ezra. Looks to me. Yeah, tapping her talons. So we don't know what this means exactly. I mean, if he were to come back here to this nest with the twig, and she starts working on this nest, or comes back with bark, then maybe all bets are off. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see if he actually flies back to the... Okay, here we go. Yeah, she's landing on the snuggle ledge up here. She's landing on the nesting roosting ledge. The ledge where she and Ezra spent on Bradfield spent time. No. Yeah, yeah. It's on the other side of Bradfield. Make sure that we're zoomed out all the way. We haven't seen the peregrine. It was a pop quiz right now that GP just said, well, who have we not seen around here lately? Yeah. Yeah, could be. Could be. So I'm trying to figure out what this behavior is telling me. She's not back at the old nest. She's on the east side of Bradfield. So she's looking at the old nest. She's looking around. I can see the new nest from here. She is quite delicate, isn't she? Yes. All right, well, Rubenesque, but she has... Yeah, she's very pretty. This is our little soft focus morning shot of her. All right, sweetie, what you gonna do? Who are you looking for? All right, off we go. And she is heading that way. She is going... Okay, well, we have an idea where she went. She went beyond Rice Hall. So this is different behavior than we've seen recently. Though, who knows, maybe they've been doing the same thing when we can't find them on campus. But she's... Yeah, she went up behind Rice Hall. There's a parking lot to the east of Rice Hall where the C's, 1, 2, and 3 used to hang out in the pine trees, right, and sit on top of the light poles 2 seasons ago, the season before. And so she did not appear to head... She's heading up, it's toward the Peterson lot. Not quite to the Peterson lot, probably. But we will see. Yeah, I'm sure we can arrange that. Okay, yep. And now where is she going? She's gonna kill me. I've got to run because I'm losing track of her. All right. So this is the area that she flew into. This is Rice Hall. And I don't know whether she wants... I just saw her crossing from that pine over in this direction. The question is, how far did she go? And actually, we can see the tops of the Dawn Redwoods here. So just gonna make sure that I don't come upon her accidentally. Alright. She may be taking matters into her own hands here. Okay. Oh, there looks like there's BR. Yep, flying right, being mobbed by a crow. And she just landed on top of the backside of Rice Hall. Okay. Her up there. So, where are you headed? No, but we'll have her on the camera here in a second for you guys. She just flew out of the plantations area. Excuse me? Come on. Yeah, I'm getting there. Stupid tripod. She's looking back toward the plantations area. So question is, where in the world is Ezra? So she's on the northeast side of the rooftop of Rice Hall. In other words, the backside. So I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the redwood tree down below. Yeah, yeah. So those are there's two of them there. Nice tall trees and quite slender on top. And I suspect that those I think are potential bark trees. Yes. Yep. Yeah, donuts will be the least of our worries, right? Well, at least we're getting a heads up on the process, right? Yeah. Just saying, right? Well, even she makes a dreary day lovely. Yes, that's right. It's kind of a. She has a flair for interior design and color coordination, resting on the rusty flashing there. I think maybe she's trying to convince Ezra that one of these vent systems here is kind of pretty cool. Be a nice addition, accessory to the. Honey, this is what I've been talking about. It's one of these. See? I have lots of gulls down here in the little valley. Let me pop off of here for a second and show you just quickly. So there's the visitor center. This is the Plantation Bowl. This is a very steep hill. And there's some walkways now there, and it's beautifully improved. And over there is BB Hall. And then beyond that, the white below the tree line, through the trees, that white patch down there, that's all BB Lake down there. And that hillside and beyond is the beginnings of North Campus. So that's the back side of Mann Library there, and there's a couple of these buildings here. I don't know what the name of this one is behind the Rice Hall, and there she's back up on top. So this is a parking lot where the C's love to play on top of the light poles. Previous season, and that between the trees there is the new Stocking Hall Dairy Bar building with the fancy dancy neon ultraviolet disco lights and stuff. Okay, so we have beautiful BR. Yes, trust me, I've lived here for a while, and when you look at a satellite map, you go, huh, really? I thought Route 79 went directly east, but in fact it does not. It goes pretty much southeast, which is an eye-opener. Nothing. Yeah. Yep. It's up Tower Road. It's the next building, really. It's the first building. You go up Tower Road, and it's on the right. Yep. Peterson Lot is on the. If you're going up Tower Road, which is going east, then the Peterson. Rice is on the left, and then the next thing, Rice has its own little parking lot, and then there's a little garden of plantings, beautiful different varieties of sort of specimen trees and shrubs. And then you come up to the corner of Tower Road and Judd Falls, and on the left is, as you come up to that intersection, on the left is the Peterson lot, overlooking the plantations, the bowl that we're looking at right now behind us, and then on the right is the dairy bar. So the dairy bar kind of is a big building. It extends all the way from Judd Falls to the edge of the athletic fields. So there's an old part. When you look with the camera up Tower Road, okay, there's three buildings sort of in a row on the east that sort of border the east edge of the athletic field. There's Stocking Hall, the old Stocking Hall, and then there's Wing Hall in the middle, and then on the south is Riley Robb. And they sort of, they're at the end, right. So when you look at Stocking Hall is actually from the part that you can't see, you know, behind side of Stocking Hall from the camera point of view. That is, there's an attachment to that, and that's all the dairy bar building. The dairy processing plant, food sciences, the whole 9 yards. And inside there is a little dairy bar where they serve you ice cream. So anyway, that whole building is just all connected, and that takes you all the way up to Judd Falls Road. So that's right. Correct. That faces Tower Road. And that's why we're looking at it kind of at an angle here. We're off of Tower Road, you know, about 150 feet. And there's a sidewalk that runs along the edge of the hillside here. Right? So down here is the bowl, and there's the hillside. And this sidewalk sort of veers along the edge of the ridge, and it takes you up to the plantings. And what we're looking at when we see Stocking Hall there, the dairy bar building, the glass and stuff, we're actually looking at an angle across Tower Road. Okay? Okay. The fabulous. Yeah, the beautiful map from Maddie. All right, so see, we are definitely. So, a person could drive down Tower Road and never see this woman here on the backside of Rice. Because, in fact, she's on the backside of Rice. No, and I have no idea where Ezra is. You don't see him. He's not on the nest, right? Yeah. I could choose to repeat that on the nest on the camera, but I'm guessing people probably heard it through the my earpiece. Who was a strange phenomenon? Oh, I see. Could be. Yeah. Well, it could be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have the. Got it. Yeah. 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 Okay. That'd be swell. Yeah, it'd be great to have Claire on the big cam. My phone actually is. I don't have a cable for my actual phone that I'm talking with you on. And it's going to probably have about another 15 minutes or so of life in the battery. I did not charge it last night, and I have plenty of batteries here in the bag, but I don't have the right cable to. Yeah, no. The iPhone that we're video streaming on, we're all set. I'm talking about the phone that I'm talking with you. Yeah, my phone. Yeah. And I don't have the correct cable for it here in my bag. Otherwise, I would plug it into one of the batteries, and we'd be good to go. But so I just don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep up the conversation here. Certainly long enough to have you head off to pet sitting. I see. Ezra, where are you? Oh, Ezra, where are you, Ezra? What do you think, BR? Keep my day job? There you go. So we are, if you just sort of joined us recently, we got ourselves out of bed this morning because GP texted at whatever it was, 7:10 or whatever, that there was hawk activity on the nest. And BR and Easy were back and forth to the nest, and pretty industrious earlier. And then things came to kind of a head when BR brought in the stick of all sticks. And she struggled with it, and then Ezra struggled with it and said, I'm out of here. And he took off and landed on one of the towers. And she went in the meantime and tried to make progress and brought back a couple of more small sticks from over in front of Plant Sciences. And then she worked mightily on the big stick, tried all sorts of different strategies with it, and finally decided that in the meantime Ezra had taken off and flew up to the old nest and was there for a little bit, and then he took off in the direction where we're standing, which is basically he flew over Rice Hall and down over here into, I assume, the plantations area. She, in the meantime, kept working on the big stick and finally kept looking for him, couldn't find him. He wasn't coming back. We thought maybe he'd come back with some bark from the bark trees down behind us, down in the valley, the Dawn Redwoods, but he hasn't come back that we have seen. So she said, heck with this. She flew up to the old nest and sat there for a while, looking in this direction. Not working on the nest, just parked and tapping her talons, saying, where are you? If you want to work on the old nest, fine, we'll work on the old nest, but you got to show up. And he didn't, so she flew over to Bradfield and landed on their little cozying up ledge there on the east side, and where they spend a lot of time and even roosted last year during the while the kids were out fledging around in the trees. And looked around, no sign of Ezra, so she flew up here and flew through past Rice Hall and into these trees. So we followed up here. She wasn't long in the pine trees behind us, and now she has flown back over here to the backside of Rice, and she is patiently waiting, I assume, for Ezra to make himself known. So we're kind of waiting here to see if Ezra will materialize. And we don't know if he's down in the trees, if he's hunting, what he's doing. But anyways, some nest building was kind of in progress until that big stick sort of brought things to a halt, because it is not only big, but it also has branches sticking in odd directions, and seems to be a bit problematic for any further progress. So I think they're going to have to haul that thing out of there. It's going to be a 2-hawk job, and they're going to have to grab it and pull that thing out of the way and then commence with whatever they're going to do. So I guess it was interesting that they both flew up to the old nest. I'm sure that she was aware that he flew there. She may not have been aware that he left, but it could be why she went up there. So I don't know if his going there is any indication that he's saying, hey, look, this big stick is causing problems. We need to just use the old nest, or what's going on. Anyway, here we are. It's the day after, the morning after, and we're just trying to see what's happening with these two. Okie dokie. I need it's not bad out here. The wind is not nearly what it was yesterday. Yesterday was just a phenomenal day to be a hawk and to watch hawks with that blue sky and the wind. Just amazing. Yep, they're all up and about and deciding that it's time to get going. Yupper uppers. So, Jim had to pack his own lunch yesterday, huh? Yeah, that's all right. I'm sure he's fine with it. I'm glad he's enjoying the new work that he's doing there. There you go. Feeders. Feeders are you. Hello. She's looking right at us. She's wondering what you're talking about. She can hear GP. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I almost made the mistake of saying that GP and Ezra were mating, but I did not say that. I think she's just enjoying. She's enjoying watching the video. And she may be working on some stuff too. Possibly for work. Alright, well, this young lady is, I don't know if are you going to sleep on us? What's happening there? What's happening, chicken? She does look like she's going to sleep. She's got such dark eyes. She has those sultry eyebrows. So we don't really know. There we go, a little better. We don't know if, in fact, they fertilized yesterday. How long it will take for them to have eggs. I've heard different opinions. Yeah. 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 I've heard different opinions on how long it takes. So we'll just have to see. I guess it might be 3 days. This is a research topic for those of you who are interested in watching. Is it 3 days? Is it 20 days? Is it 15 days? Is it way too early? Considering it's still pretty chilly here, and I think we're going to get another cold snap. This is potentially the beginning of it, but I would say this is not exactly a cold snap yet. And we might be getting a little bit more light on her here. They absolutely have no problem landing on them near the most utilitarian objects. Let's see who the manufacturer is of this vent system. Can we make that out there? Can you make out the tag on the vent system there off to the left of her? We could have an advertisement for the manufacturer here. Okay. I can't. I can't quite make out the part number. So what does that mean? After chickens mate, the eggs are fertile for the following 2 weeks. What does it mean to be fertile? Okay, so Laura says not in a matter of opinion. It's 1 to 3 days, and the sperm is only viable for that long. So does that mean that it doesn't it may or may not actually fertilize an egg during that period of time? Right, and so I know that I think Laura may have said that they don't do this unless they're mating, unless they're doing it for fertilization. Is that correct, or is there a pair bonding aspect to what we saw yesterday? Right. So maybe the two opinions are on whether or not yesterday's activity was solely for the purposes of fertilization or for as part of pair bonding as an option. Yeah. So the question is, excuse me, what did you say? I see. Okay. Well, if it is just for pair bonding, it certainly was interesting and quite. They put on quite a lovely show with all the courtship yesterday and everything. So whether or not we have fertilization or not, and they certainly it seems to have maybe moved them along to the next step because there was quite a bit more activity in the nest this morning. But I am interested in the fertilization aspect of it. So, if the sperm is good for 1 to 3 days, and let's say the egg gets fertilized, then what happens and how long does it take? I guess that's a question for Laura or anybody else. And even Keys, he's doing windshield time right now. He might be able to push his button and talk to Siri and ask her, Siri, assuming that an egg is fertilized in a red-tailed hawk, what happens next and how long does it take?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you? Okay. Oh. Okay. So, and then, so 2 days for the fertilization and that's before the egg shell forms. Okay, okay, so that's where the 20-21 days comes in. It takes 2 to 3 days to fertilize, and then it takes 20 to 21 days for everything to firm up and for that egg to pop out. Can we get some clarification on that? All right. Okie dokie. BR and I are very patient here. And I know that after I leave here, whenever that is, I'm going to run an errand over at Rite Aid, and then I'm going to go over to PNC Fresh, which is a locally owned supermarket that does a beautiful job, and I'm going to get a couple of donuts. People are beeping me. Somebody's beeping me. I don't think it's a... Oh, it could be my phone is going to die on us here. Nope, 7 texts. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Oh, I guess Keys has been texting the ladies. Well, that was a while ago. When you said... That was a long time ago. Oh. So I'm going to die here. Do we have an answer for me to share live? So is it like 1 to 2 days for... Okay. Okay. Hang on. I'm going to put you on live here. Okay, tell us what's going on.
I'm just going to read what Laura wrote. The egg is fertilized before the shell forms, and it takes an average of 2 days for the whole process. This is all on chat, by the way.
Okay.
That's the whole process from fertilization to egg laying. From fertilization to egg laying is 1 to 3 days, average 2 days. The sperm is only viable for a maximum of 3 days. That's from seeing fresh goshawk sperm under a microscope in real time. The question here is whether yesterday's mating is pair bonding or egg production. So Now, this is Gretchen saying that I'm assuming if we don't see an egg within 3 or 4 days, then we are going to assume it was for pair bonding.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I'm putting you back on my ear. All right. See ya.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
All right. So apparently that's the scoop here. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wander on down. Starting to get a little bit chilly here. So I think I'm going to wander on down toward the van. And we'll see if these guys do a little bit more activity on the nest, or what's going to happen here on the big camera. So we had a good time with them this morning. We got BR in the branch working, in the nest working mightily with Ezra, and she brought in some smaller branches, and just before we got here she brought in a big branch which has been the subject of the work at the nest this morning. And I think it caused a little bit of frustration for Ezra and also for BR. So things were going well, and then they kind of got stymied because this big branch she brought in kind of was too large to handle at this point, and too pokey and protruding and all that sort of stuff. So it's been a bit of an issue, and Ezra took off after all the back and forth between them, coming back and forth to the nest. He finally gave up on the big branch and took off, went up to Light Tower, then further up to the old nest, and then he headed off here over to Plantations. And BR worked with the big twig, looked for Ezra, worked on the big stick, looked for Ezra, and brought in a couple smaller ones. She landed on Plant Sciences on the side and tried to work on the vines for a little bit. And then she flew up to the old nest, and we followed her up there. And she then flew over to the east side of Bradfield and sat on the ledges looking for Ezra. And she finally flew up here toward the Plantations, here behind Rice Hall. And we followed her up here, and she was overlooking the Plantations, I suspect, for just a minute or two. And then she flew back over here to the backside of Rice. And that's where we've been with her for probably a good half hour. So, haven't seen Ezra in probably at least an hour. Don't know what's happening with him. He flew over here, but who knows where he went. He likes to circle around and circle back on you. So I was expecting that he might have come back to the nest, but BR wasn't there, so I'm not sure what he's done. So they were both in the old nest, and not sure what that means. I thought maybe Ezra would bring back some twigs when he first went there and say, look, I'm bringing you back some small stuff, or do you want to come up to the old nest? What do you want to do? Given that we've got this big stick in the way. And I thought maybe when he flew over here to Plantations, he might come down to the Dawn Redwoods here in the valley below me and bring back some bark to the new nest, or maybe the old nest. And that doesn't seem to have happened. So we have BR here, just sitting very patiently, I guess waiting for Ezra. And it's kind of an unusual spot, and it looks like she might be taking off on us. So we're going to go ahead and pull it. Here we go. And she is flying well down into the valley. Interesting. And she's being mobbed by crows. And she was on a mission there. There was no, doodling around. She really made tracks. So she blew through those trees there, and I suspect she flew out over Beebe Lake and probably headed down the lake toward the bridge and Toboggan Lodge in that area behind Human Ecology. So I suspect that she's gone down there, maybe to meet Ezra. I don't see anything except gulls right now, and I don't see her in the trees. So I think she blew through that gap there in the trees and out over the lake. So we're gonna work our way back to the van and call it a morning. And we'll see if there'll be any, if I get out, later on today. We'll see. I know that Ferris has a tour sometime this afternoon, and so he may get on campus. And if time allows, maybe we'll come out and have a look. So I'm going to keep the camera on while I get down to the van, just in case they circle back around. And so I'm going to come through here. This is the back side of Rice. There's Bradfield there. And let me just make sure things are in focus here for you guys. Alright. And see, is everything zoomed? I think maybe we're zoomed here. Yep. Alright. All better. So we're gonna looking for other bark trees possibilities. There's a ginkgo tree there that I don't think that would work very well. They have a pretty tough bark on them. So I guess the word is that it's like 0 to 3 days for an egg to pop out after fertilization, and the sperm is viable for 1 to 3 days. So do the math on that. It seems maybe perhaps it's a little bit early. Who knows? I'm not sure that the nest is quite in shape yet for that to happen. It is a little bit on the cold side, but these guys have been snowed on before and all that stuff, so who knows? Still have a little bit of a few ice patches here and there. Turn this around. There we go. Makes it a little easier to carry. She might have gone down and found him and said, "Look, buddy, here's the deal. We've got things to do. Alright, there's the old nest there. There's the third baseline. Ezra was on top of the tower, the left tower, earlier this morning when he left the nest. And there's the new nest from last year. And they cut down an awful lot of these trees here. There's not much for these kids to. It's even worse than it was before. They're all gone. So there's really nothing for these kids to land in. They've got to cross the road. Last year there was a whole, not this previous season, but the season before with the seas, there was a whole line of trees here along the road. And plenty of places for the kids to land. And not so much now. You just got 2 trees here left by the new nest, and they don't have branches in them that are really very suitable for young ones to land in, because the trunks are all stumpy and they just have shoots, tons and tons of shoots on them. Kind of difficult places to land in. These trees are better, they're more mature, they have these longer branches on them that have less twigging on them. These are highly twigged, and so one wonders how easy it is for these kids to fledge from this nest. So anyway, that's where we're going to leave it this morning, and glad you were able to join us. And if you have an opportunity to look back at the morning video early on, there was a lot of activity and it was quite interesting. Okay, take care everybody.